Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Claire and I put out videos about luxury bags and accessories. So if that is your thing, please click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell and you'll know when I put out a new video. In today's video I'm going to talk about my experience at the Fendi Private Sale. Now I went to the Fendi Private Sale at the end of March and I knew it was coming up because I got an invite last year around about the same time, but it was too short notice for me to go. So I was on the lookout this year for the same invite, hoping that I would be able to go. I had an idea which days it might be and I kind of tried to keep them free, and I did get the invite. It was again very short notice. I got an email on the Monday and the sale was on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So I booked my slot. Now the Wednesday was for VIPs only, I believe. I couldn't get a Thursday slot, and I don't know if the Thursday slot was for VIPs as well or if I was just too late and they'd all gone, but I got a slot on the Friday. So it was the sale started the Wednesday afternoon, so it'd been going on Wednesday afternoon all day Thursday and then Friday, and then I believe Saturday was the last day. So I managed to get my slot for the Friday. I didn't actually find out until the Wednesday morning that I'd got the slot. I say it's all very short notice, all a bit up in the air, but I got my slot. So I duly went off to London for the private sale. It was in London, in the heart of London, just off of Oxford Street, and I went and queued up at the relevant time when my slot was about to start. It was raining, but luckily I dodged the showers in some doorways, and by the time I got to queue up at the place where it was, the rain had stopped slightly. My time slot started at 1:30 in the afternoon. Quite a few people were coming up and their slot, this was about probably 1:20, and their slot had been 12 o'clock and they were only just arriving, but they were let in immediately. So those of us that had the 1:30 slot had to queue. So as soon as it was 1:30, they let us in. It's the same setup as the Accessory private sale, which I've been to a couple of times before. You show your invitation, they scan it. You were told to take ID, but they didn't actually check my ID. They just looked at the invitation. Then you go to the cloakroom and you have to check your bags and your coats and everything, and they wouldn't let you take your phone with you this time. When I went to the Hermes sale, you could put your phone in the envelope that you put around your neck, but you weren't allowed to take photos. So if you took your phone out to take photos, they would stop you immediately. But the Fendi private sale, they wouldn't even let you take your phone with you into the sale, so you had to leave it in your bag and had to check that. So I literally just took my cards out of my bag, popped them in my pocket, and then picked up one of their clear shopping bags and started to peruse the sale. Now the top floor of the sale was ready to wear, and the bottom floor, 2 floors, was accessories and shoes. It was a little bit disappointing, I have to say. I'm going to be upfront right from the start. It was disappointing. I went to the ready to wear first and had a look around. There were some nice pieces, but there wasn't very many. There wasn't a lot to choose from. I went to the rails that had my size on, and again there wasn't too much to choose from, but I did find 3 pieces I wanted to try on. So that was a skirt, a blouse and a dress. So I duly joined the queue for the fitting room. There was 1 fitting room, and so you were only allowed to take 3 items in. So I queued for quite a long time for the fitting room, and when I got in I felt very under pressure to be really quick because there was a long queue behind me. So I was really struggling, to be honest, to try everything on and to really look, and so I quickly sort of put the skirt on, realised that wasn't any good, took it off, put the blouse on, and the blouse was like, it was 2 pieces. It had a cami and a blouse over the top, and it was very hard because they were connected with all these tags and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get it on and I was panicking and going really quickly, and in the end I just couldn't get it on properly. So I gave up on that one, and then I put the dress on. Now the dress was lovely, and I would have got that had it fitted me. Unfortunately, the size, they're not true to size. I'm a UK 14 to 16. I went for the 44, which is supposed to be equivalent to a 16, and it did fit me in various parts of my body, but there was a zip and I couldn't quite get the zip done up, and it was really frustrating because had it just been a true 16 it would have fitted me, but it was obviously smaller than a 16. You know, I know different places sometimes, you know, you are different sizes, but it's very, very rare that a 16 doesn't fit me, because quite often I can get into 14s in most shops. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing that that didn't fit me, because it was absolutely lovely and it would have been the bargain of the year, because its original price was £1,600 and it was down to just over 300. And it really was a beautiful dress, very me. So unfortunately I had to rush out of the fitting room, you know, so that other people could go in and just leave everything. I had seen another dress I wanted to try, but by the time I came out trying those first 3 items on, that item had gone. So I went round to the rails and tried to see if they had the dress in a larger size that I liked, but they didn't. They did have a few pieces in 48s and 50s, but very, very few in the larger sizes. So yeah, and I saw plenty of it in much smaller sizes, so that was a shame I couldn't get that one. I'm just too curvy and too big and too generous for certain designer brands and clothes, but it really was a shame, because the zip was probably about that much, it wouldn't do up, and it was really annoying. So anyway, yeah, that would have been my bargain. So I went downstairs. I then had a look around the shoes, and I was very, very disappointed at the shoes. I think it's hit and miss. A couple of years ago I did watch a YouTuber who went to the Fendi sale, and she did a video about it, and she picked up some Calibris from the Fendi sale. So I was really hoping there might be some Calibris. Nothing of the sort, unfortunately. There was some nice kind of fabric boots in different colours, but very, very high, just very impractical for me. Absolutely lovely, but wouldn't have suited me or suited my lifestyle. There were some slides. I did try a pair of really nice pink slides on, but again, my size is 39 to 39 and a half. These were 38 and a half, and one of my feet fitted in them, but the other one was just a little bit too big and was hanging over the end, and I might have been able to get away with it, but again, I just thought, no, I don't, you know, it's not quite fitting right, and I don't want to buy them when they're not quite the perfect fit. Again, would have been a bargain. I think they started off life as about £500 and they were down to just over 100. I think they were 107. Really nice bright pink slides, very colourful, very summery, but unfortunately, yeah, just a touch too small for me. So there were no other shoes I tried on at all. Didn't really like any of the shoes, any of the other shoes. And I actually found out it wasn't that there had been lots earlier in the week and they sold, because I did actually pop into Fendi New Bond Street when I came out of the sale to have a look at a few things, and I was chatting to my sales associate in there, and he had been to the sale on Wednesday, and he said that he was really disappointed with the shoes. He said there was hardly any shoes, and he said they were actually asking the people at the sale if they had more out the back, because they were assuming they hadn't put them all out, and they were saying no, this is it, this is all we've got. So the shoes were disappointing. So then I went over to the accessories, and we're talking kind of scarves, costume jewellery, bits and pieces like that, watches. It was a bit confusing because there were lots of signs up saying how many items you could have, but I was a little bit confused what was what, to be honest. There was a sign up saying you could have one mini bag, and I was like, oh, there's mini bags. They'd all gone. There was a sign up saying scarves, but most of the scarves had gone. There was only some kind of furry little collar scarves left, which wasn't really my sort of thing, to be honest. So yeah, there was no scarves to look at. And when it said had been strap U's, and it said I think you were allowed one strap U, but again, none of them were left. There were some iPad pouches that kind of had Carl on them. There was quite a few of those left. There was a little jewellery box, trinket box, which was really nice, but I wasn't that keen on the design. Perhaps it wasn't a pattern that I really liked. And there were a few other sort of accessories, like tech accessories, phone cases, things like that. There were some bras as well, which is a bit weird. But then I moved over to costume jewellery, that sort of thing, and there was AirPod cases and costume jewellery, and they were kind of together. And there was also these kind of little strap things which weren't bag straps, or I think you could use them as mini bag straps, but I think they were more kind of charms, bag charms and things. And you could only have one of these things. These were all counted as fashion accessories, and there were some other things as well, so you could only have one. So there's the chap in front of me was looking at 2 AirPod cases and an earring, and he basically wanted to get one AirPod case and an earring, and the lady behind the counter said, no, you can only have one, you can't have both, because they're both counted as fashion accessories. And I thought they were quite different really, an AirPod case and an earring, so it was a bit weird that they were under the same category. So he chose the earring in the end. And when I got there, I was looking at some AirPod cases, and I was also looking at some really nice chains, sunglass chains that you could put on your sunglasses. And again, I couldn't get an AirPod case and a sunglasses chain, so it was one or the other. They were all counted as the same category. And then just along the way there were some watches, but I didn't even look at the watches because I'm really not in the market for a watch. And then that was about it. To be honest, there wasn't very much else to have a look at. With the ready-to-wear upstairs, you were allowed to buy 10 items of ready-to-wear. I can't remember how many pairs of shoes you could buy, because obviously because there was no shoes I was interested in, I didn't even look and see how many you were allowed. But I think it was about 4 or 5, I think. And yeah, and then these fashion accessories, only 1. So what did I get? Well, I'm going to be totally honest here. I spent under £100, so I definitely didn't spend anything near what I thought I might spend, because I was hoping to maybe get some Calibris or something like that. I bought what I bought. I really bought for the sake of it. I bought because I wanted to buy something from the Fendi Private Sale. Total honesty here. I wasn't looking for these things, and they are ridiculous, but I have to say there were even more ridiculous things there. I mean, I could have bought totally useless items, I really could. But what I bought, at least I think I will probably use. So yeah, and I just wanted to buy these because they're Fendi, and I wanted to say I got something, you know. It was a long journey, it was expensive to go on the train to London. I just wanted to come away from the Fendi sale with something. So I admit, totally bought for the sake of it. So first thing I bought 2 of these, because these items came in these little dust bags, and you were allowed to buy 3 of these. I didn't go mad and buy 3, I only bought 2. They're very bougie. They are. And I don't know if you're even going to be able to see these. Fendi socks. So I don't know if you can see that. But they have got the Fendi F. Can you see that? Just embroidered. And obviously, you get 2. I haven't even tried these on, but hopefully they do stretch. I'm going to take my ring off because I don't want to rip it. But yeah, there we go. So, can you see that? You can see that? Yeah, there we go. Fendi socks. So they're kind of like a creamy colour. And yeah, so you got a little dust bag for your socks. And just to prove it, I did buy 2 pairs because I thought, why not? So there's my 2 pairs of Fendi socks. I'll probably wear them to bed in the winter and just have very, very bougie bed socks. So I don't know, or I don't know. I'm not a big sock person. I wear them with jeans in the winter, but yeah. So anyway, so I just bought a couple of pairs of socks. They were less than £20, so they're my Fendi socks. So the other thing I got comes in this box. I thought it was really cute. It is ridiculous, but I probably will use it. Now, it is something that I probably wouldn't normally buy, because it is a tech accessory, and you know what everybody on YouTube says about luxury you shouldn't buy. Don't buy tech accessories because, you know, they're out of date within months. But I bought a tech accessory. So anyway, it comes in this box. I'm going to take the lid off. There we go. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's got the tags. The tags are bigger than the thing I got. It's got loads of tags on it. And in here, let's take it out. There we go. It is this little, let's try and get it all out so you can see. I'll put the box over here. There we go. It is an AirPod case with the Fendi baguette sort of little clasp on it, a little bit of fringing, it's all beaded, and yeah, these are the tags. I haven't taken the tags off yet. What sold it for me, what made me actually buy this, is that it got the chain. If I take this off, it's got a really, see if I can get this off, there we go, it's got a really long thin chain. Again, I don't know if you can see that, let me see if I can put my, there we go. So it's got two little D-rings either side, and the chain just hooks on, so you can wear it around your neck, and there we go. It's quite long. So it's my little AirPod case. Now, it's just got a press stud opening and closure, and you just pop your AirPods in there. Now, I have got this shape AirPods. I've currently got them in a little gold case. They actually fit in there in the case. I can obviously take them out of the gold case, but they do actually fit in the gold case. Just pop them in, do them up, there we go. So I must, obviously I will cut the tags off, but there you go, my AirPods are in my little case, and I do take my AirPods to work, so I can be very bougie as well as having my pass around my neck. I can walk around with my AirPods case, my Fendi AirPods case. So yeah, now, what did I pay for this? Okay, well, if I said to you, this is currently on 24S, full price, this is £320. You know I love Fendi. I don't think it's worth £320, honestly. What did I pay for it at the private sale? Just over 50. I think 50 is quite a lot to pay for it also, to be honest, but it is cute. I really wanted to get something. The fact that it's got the little baguette clasp and the chain kind of sold it for me, because I thought I could use it as a bag charm as well. I know some people might be horrified I paid £50 for it, but it is $320 full price. So my little AirPods case and my 2 pairs of socks, less than £100, you know, not too bad really for a little bit of luxury, I suppose. Would I go again to the private sale? Yes, absolutely I would, because I think it's just hit and miss each year. As I said a couple of years ago, I know there were loads of lovely bag charms, wrappies, colibris, things like that. You know, unfortunately, by the time I got there this year, if there were any wrappies, I don't think there were, but if there were any wrappies, any bag charms, things like that, you know, they had gone, or they never had them in the first place. But, you know, if I go next year, they might have a completely different selection, and I might be able to find something, you know, more along what I was looking for. I'm still happy with my AirPods case and my socks. I'm just, as I say, I'm pleased I just got something. So yeah, let me know what you think about those. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, as I say, worth going. As I said, I did then pop into Fendi New Bond Street afterwards, just so I could have a little browse, and I got treated amazingly actually. They are so good in there, so lovely. I wasn't going in to particularly buy anything. I didn't buy anything, and I hadn't made an appointment, but I got the red carpet treatment. They were absolutely lovely. So yeah, you know, they're just so nice in there. I just tried to make the most of the fact that I was in London, and you know, that I was near New Bond Street. I was very restrained. I didn't go into any other shops in New Bond Street. Walked past Louis Vuitton and Chanel and resisted the urge to go in. But anyway, yeah, so that was my Fendi private sale experience. There was no major queuing, no stress, no hassle in that respect. The only queuing, as I say, was for the fitting rooms. So generally it was a, you know, not too bad experience. I just wish they'd had a little bit more there. You know, it would have been nicer to see a little bit more stock there, variety of items. But, you know, hopefully I get a chance to go next year, and we'll see if it's any different next year. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone, and I really look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye, everyone.